Okay, here's my algorithm that I learned for multiplying by 12. And I'll show you the traditional way, and I'll show you how they both are actually doing the same thing. So we'll start with an easy number. We'll start with low numbers. If we go higher numbers, it makes it a little bit more complicated, but something you can still probably do in your head. Let's go 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And we're going to multiply that by 12. All right, so the first thing we do, let me change colors. We're going to take that first number, 2, and we're just going to keep that digit. We'll take that number 2 again. We'll multiply it by 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the next number, which is 1. And so 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 1, and that gives me 5. I take the next number 1, I multiply that by 2, and then I add the next number, which is a 2. Okay, 1 times 2 plus 2 is 4. And then I take that next number, which is a 2, multiply that by 2, and then I add the next number in the sequence, which is 3, and that gives me 7. And then finally, I take the 3, multiply that by 2 as well. There is no other number to add, and so we get 6. So our answer becomes 2, 5, 4, 7, 6. And it's something that you could probably do in your head with a little bit of practice. The traditional way, which I'll do here, is something that, me personally, I couldn't do in my head, but something I would probably have to write down. So here is 6, 4, 2, 4, and then under the ones I have 3, 2, 1, 2, and then I add those together, 6, 7, 4, 5, 2, and they are the same. So how does this work? Well, if we take a look at it, what we're doing in the traditional way is we're multiplying every number by 2. Multiplying every number by 2, right? Okay, and that's the line we get here. And then with those digits, we're adding the next number as well. So, for instance, let's take a look. Here, I added 2 times 2, and I got the 4, and then I added the number 3. So it was 2 times 2 plus 3, and that's what I did here. All right. The next number, it was 2 times 1, which gave me 2, and I added 2. So I did 2 times 1 plus 2, and that's what we did here. And then for this digit here, it was 2 times 2, and I added 1, and that's what we did in that process. Okay, and then here we just kept the first digit, and we multiplied the last digit by 2, which we did, I'm running out of colors here, which we did right here. Okay, so everything that we did in this new algorithm that I showed you is actually what you do in the traditional method. However, I do believe that this algorithm, let me erase this. I do believe that this algorithm is something that you can do pretty much in your head without any problems. The one issue that I do have with it is when we get into numbers that we have to carry. So for instance, any number, let's say 2, 3, 4, 1, and we'll multiply that by 12. All right, so we take the first number and we keep it. Take the second number, 3 times 2, and then we're going to, oh, I'm sorry, my mistake. It's going to be this number, the first number again, times 2, Okay, where they're going to add the 3, and that's going to give me 7. All right, then I take the 3, multiply by 2, and then add the 4. All right, now this could create a problem here because here we have 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 4, and that's going to give us a double digit, and we'll have to deal with that. And then we take the next number, 4, times 2, and then we're going to add the next number, which is 1, and that's going to give us 9. And then finally, the last number is 1 times 2. There's nothing to add, and so we have 2. So our digits will end up being, and we'll start here, okay, because we will have to carry from time to time. We have 2, 9, and then, I don't know if in your head you can remember this, but this is a 10 that we're going to have to carry over, and this becomes 8, and then 2. And so that would be our answer using the algorithm. I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, you do have to realize that it is exactly like the traditional method. But again, I think with a little practice, this might be something you could do in your head without putting pencil to paper.